Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the latest developments inside the British royal family. As the holiday season draws near, the Windsors are once again in the spotlight. But this year, the festive cheer comes with a shadow of division. The question on everyone's mind is this: what will Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie do now that their father, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, faces complete exclusion from royal life? For decades, Christmas at Sandringham has been one of the monarchy's most cherished traditions, a time when the royal family gathers under one roof for church, games, and a formal lunch hosted by the reigning sovereign. But this year, the holiday spirit may be mixed with discomfort, as King Charles continues to enforce his quiet yet firm reshaping of the modern monarchy. And among those facing difficult choices are the Duke of York's daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, who now must balance family loyalty with royal duty. Following the king's recent decision to strip Andrew of his titles and his right to reside at Royal Lodge, insiders report that the former duke will not be invited to Sandringham this year. It marks the final step in his public and private downfall. A man once known as the Queen's favorite son, now exiled from the very family he once represented on the world stage. But what about his daughters? Sources close to the family have confirmed that Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are expected to spend Christmas at Sandringham alongside King Charles and Queen Camilla, officially signaling their allegiance to the royal fold rather than their disgraced father. While such a decision may appear harsh, those close to the sisters insist it was made with both love and realism. They adore their father, but they understand the position the monarchy is in, said one palace insider. They know being seen with Andrew publicly right now could damage not just their own reputations, but the family's image as a whole. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson, who continues to live at Royal Lodge despite losing her title as Duchess of York, is said to be weighing her options for the holidays. Though she maintains cordial relations with both King Charles and Queen Camilla, there is no guarantee of an invitation to Sandringham. Some reports suggest she may accept offers to spend Christmas abroad or with close friends in the UK. It's a complicated situation, another source shared. She still has a foot in both worlds, part royal, part civilian, but she knows Christmas will never be the same without the Queen and with Andrew now sidelined. Behind the scenes, royal aides are said to be quietly ensuring that Andrew does not spend Christmas entirely alone. No one wants to see him abandoned, one staff member reportedly told The Times. Even though he's been banished from official gatherings, the family still cares about him on a personal level. Yet any such arrangements, perhaps a private lunch or visit from close friends, will likely take place far from the cameras in the royal estate. Adding to the pressure are the renewed debates surrounding Beatrice and Eugenie's own titles. Despite their father's disgrace, the sisters continue to hold their status as Her Royal Highness, a privilege some commentators believe now carries reputational risks. Royal watchers have argued that maintaining their princess titles could expose them to scrutiny, tears, and humiliation, particularly as both women have begun pursuing careers and philanthropic work outside the monarchy's core functions. The controversy deepened after images surfaced of Princess Beatrice attending a tea event for Saudi investors at Riyadh's Ritz-Carlton shortly before her father's final removal from royal life. Critics suggested that blurring the lines between royal representation and private business ventures could harm the monarchy's credibility. In a modern Britain, one columnist wrote, "It's no longer possible to mix royal privilege with commercial interests, especially when those interests involve foreign regimes." Nevertheless, both Beatrice and Eugenie have continued to maintain low-key, family-oriented lives. Princess Eugenie's husband, Jack Brooksbank, has thrived in business, with his drinks consultancy firm AEB Consultants reporting over £500,000 in annual profits and a strong cash reserve. The couple, who now divide their time between Portugal and London, have prioritized a quieter life away from palace intrigue. For Beatrice, who married Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi in 2020, royal duty now takes a softer form, attending charity events, supporting her mother's causes, and occasionally stepping in for lesser royal engagements. Yet both sisters remain emotionally loyal to their father, even as they recognize the necessity of aligning with the crown during one of its most delicate periods. This Christmas, then, represents more than just a family gathering. It symbolizes a choice. By joining the king at Sandringham, Beatrice and Eugenie are signaling their place in the future of the monarchy, one that prioritizes integrity and public trust over personal loyalty. And while Andrew Mountbatten Windsor may spend his holidays in quiet isolation, his daughter's decision marks the final confirmation that the royal family is moving on united, redefined, and determined to protect its legacy, no matter the personal cost. Another insider disclosed this week that Sarah and Andrew presently occupy separate wings of the vast property and are leading separate lives beneath one roof, yet still unite for lunch and dinner to discuss the ongoing situation and future arrangements. Andrew spends considerable time wandering around Royal Lodge ranting to himself, whilst Fergie frequently finds herself pouring her heart out to staff or friends in the doghouse, an on-site bar. They are both spending a lot of time alone. Andrew rarely goes out and has been padding around the lodge and ranting and muttering. Fergie is reportedly not in a good way, but considers herself blameless, despite previously borrowing money from Epstein and describing him as a supreme friend. She feels she is blameless, but has taken what has happened recently extremely hard. Sarah still thinks Andrew is a good person and will always support him, but she knows her future is away from him. The Duke formerly traveled globally as a trade envoy for Britain, but nowadays spends most hours confined indoors, engaging with video games in what observers have described as an arrested adolescence. The fallen royal reportedly dedicates most of his days to a spacious lounge, featuring an enormous screen that takes up almost an entire wall, where he plays video games or watches war films or golf broadcasts. According to Andrew Loney's recent biography, entitled, the former Duke enjoys viewing endless videos of planes taking off and landing and talking on his mobile for hours on end. The embattled royal also dedicates time to reading thrillers, with his favorite book is The Talented Mr. Ripley, and partakes in a daily ritual dubbed an air shower. This allegedly involves Andrew sits by an open window or on a balcony, closes his eyes and sucks in fresh air, regardless of the temperature outside.